Hi, this video should tell you how many RCs to solve daily for CAT. So if you're writing the CAT, this is a video which you can watch to figure it out. We have been training students for more than 23 years. We'll be running videos that will help you to prepare for the entrance exam. So if you're writing the entrance exams, do subscribe to our channel. So why is RC important? Understand, approximately 70% of the VR section of the CAT is RC. As a matter of fact, this is a section with a maximum or weightage. RC has a maximum weightage for any topic in the exam. So that means 16 questions is a lot of questions for RC. I don't think any other entrance exam has so much weightage for reading comprehension in the VRC section. Also, VRC is the first section, so automatically it determines the mindset of the entire paper. So if your VRC section goes good, of which 70% is RC, your entire paper, your mindset is more clear because you know that you've got enough marks. But if the VRC section bad, somewhere it lingers around your mind and that somewhere affects your entire paper. So it helps. So that means it's important. RCs are important, most important part of the paper. Now, what I normally recommend is that reading is more important in solving RC. So when you're practicing, if you read regularly and create a good habit of reading, even if you don't solve RCs, you'll still do well in the exam. Right? Difference is used to because when you read an RC and when you normally read, there's difference. When you try to read an RC or solve an RC, your focus is to try to answer the question. So when you read, the questions are in the back of your mind. But when you normally read, you focus on trying to understand what the author is trying to say, which is what CAT is. If you look at the way the CAT is designed, the RCs, it focuses on more of central idea to understand whether you understood the passage or not. Okay, so the way you read generally and the way you read for RC is different. You need to focus on trying to create a habit of the way you read generally, because the CAT RCs are really different from the way other RCs are asked. Normally in other RCs, the questions are more direct. It tests you on your specific area that you've read. Whereas in CAT RC, the focus is more on central idea. It tests you on whether you understood what the author is trying to communicate to you. So therefore, reading becomes more important in solving RCs. So even if you solve RCs, don't sacrifice on reading. Reading is important. Though I've mentioned number of RCs out here, but technically, even if you keep reading till the examination time, you will do well in your RCs. Right? But coming to it, if you're somewhere 4 to 5 months before CAT, recommended to solve 1 to 2 RCs a day. 1 RC per day is sufficient, maybe maximum 2 if you have the time. But 1 RC a day on average is sufficient. If you're 2 to 3 months before CAT, then 2 to 3 RCs a day. So 2 months, 3 months before the CAT. So if you want to regularly practice, if you have a time, 2 to 3 RCs. If you don't have a time, maybe 1 RCs, or you can focus on reading. Last 2 months, maybe if you have a time, 2 to 4 RCs a day. So every day pick up, if you have a time, pick up 4 RCs and solve. If you don't have a time, pick up 1 or 2 RCs every day and solve. So this is the number of RCs you can solve per day. Now, when you solve the RC, there are 2 time ways, timed RC and non-timed RC. My suggestion is some of the days focus on timed RC. That means where you time yourself when you're solving the RC. This helps you to strategize. You want to focus speed versus accuracy. You want to know how much marks you have got and the time you have spent. And experiment. The key is to experiment. Go fast in some of the RCs, see whether you get the marks. Go slow in some of the RCs and see how much marks you get. And figure out whether to go fast or slow based on the accuracy you get. Keep on doing it till you find your mix. What is the right mix for speed versus accuracy? Although some RCs don't time yourself. Just write aram se focus on comprehension and accuracy rather than speed. So try doing that. Experimenting helps to determine what works, what doesn't work for you. But for every RC, ensure that you analyze each RC. So write down why you went wrong So read the RC, read the answers, whichever questions have gone wrong, go back and check why you went wrong, what was the correct answer. So over a period of time, you get to know why you went wrong. It could be because you read the question wrong, or it could be because you didn't understand the passage itself, or something on that. 2 close answers, why you picked up one, why you not picked up the other. Make a book and write down. So as in when you come to know your mistakes, you will be able to correct it better. Right? Sources, the best sources, previous CAT papers. You can go to so many previous CAT papers available. You can solve those CAT papers, for practice. Next source is the mocks and sectionals. You can look at any mock papers of different classes, pick up the mocks and try to solve. Sectionals also fine. I would prefer mocks because the best questions in any classes they put in a mock paper. So mocks, if not, then sectionals also is possible. Right? So it is a good source for RC practice as far as preparing is concerned. Hope this helps. We'll come up with more videos that will help you with regards to CAT and preparation. If you're writing the CAT, do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.